goes to you guys. Hit me. And can I get a third one? Can we introduce the creature that has caused so much disruption? It's the Doom Baby.
Hi, that's a horrible
Oh, my little mate, this is my new son James, born in between the last web show, I believe. Yeah, that makes sense. Didn't show him on a web show. Oh, there he is. Doom Baby is here, and even though I'm shouting, you can't hear a damn thing, anybody. This is James. His penis is intact, all fingers and toes. Got length and girth. And that's about it. That's all he does. He doesn't do anything else at all, does he? No?
Baby.
He poos, he throws up, he eats, and then he sleeps again. Yay! Yay! So there it is, the Doom Baby. Indeed, we have Lich Baby, Doom Baby, and he's happy. He's as happy as can be, isn't he? He's doing pretty well. He can lift his own head now.
He is part of Team Bum Chin.
Progress. He has got the bum chin. True story, Emma freaked out that he might not have a bum chin. And also freaked out when she wasn't sure if he had a ginger top. You were genuinely upset by that, weren't you?
But he has.
But he has. Confirmed ginger. So we're okay. He could have been part of the team. Hey. There you go. Alright, do you want to go back to your mummy? I present to you the Circle of Life. You got him? Got his head? Nice!
Simba.
That's what I did on the drama show. I played the Circle of Life when I presented it. It worked really well. It was good. It's all good. It's all good. Welcome to Welcome to the web show. What are we going to talk about tonight? There's only one thing I want to talk about. I believe I can fly.
Oh, is it finally in the game?
I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every daily quest. Spread my wings and go nowhere. I believe I can fly. Welcome back, everybody! Thank you for tuning in with us on a Saturday night. Apologies to all the disruption on the channel recently, but you should have expected it. I did pre-warn you because a child came out of my wife and now I've got to hold it. Gross. What an experience.
You've done it before.
It was worse. Oh, it was worse. Shall I set the scene? Do you want to hear the story? Let me know, chat. Do you want to hear the story? We got loads to talk about, of course. LFR, far too hard, got nerfed. Thank Christ. The complaints ran wild. Story for you, that, mate. Story for you, that, mate. Mood, go. Story for you, that, though, mate. We, of course, got loads of new Legion information. Some of which you even text me about as if you're keeping up to date on the scene.
No, I only
Which is crackers.
No, mate, no, because I said what I wanted, and it happened, and someone tweeted at me.
Did you get my reply? I'm sure we thought that was what it was.
No.
I'm sure it was.
We discussed it on the reveal web show after the predictions web show about. Well, we'll go into it, but then I said this is what I want to happen, and apparently it is going to happen. And
So
it's
you're
a
happy?
glorious time, mate. Am I happy?
You're happy?
It's what I've wanted for like what 7 years.
Cash.
Cash money, making it rain.
Making it rain. Yeah. So all that is going on. It's fucking constant. We've got some drama lined up
a
here.
few more months.
Can I pre-warn you? I want to get a reaction just to tease you guys about the upcoming drama.
What's that?
It's a drama about a transmog. How bad can a transmog be to result in a drama story? I present you thus.
That's a pretty bad transmog.
That's pretty bad. So you can look forward to seeing that pretty shortly. It's just, for a drama to be so bad, for a transmog to be so goddamn bad that it results in that is pretty crazy. That's pretty fucking lunacy. So we'll get to see all that. We want to give a big thanks out to... Can we say his name?
Whose name?
Who beat the Big C?
I
I'm
don't
happy.
know. I'm happy. I don't know if he wants us to. I
Okay.
tweeted it, but basically, yeah, a gamer friend of ours,
Part of the community.
who's been a long time member,
And a bit of a dick sometimes.
and a bit of a dick, massive dick at times.
Most of the time.
Like
All the
intolerable
time.
knobhead, absolute wanker. We don't even like him.
Generally a dick all the time.
Generally, yeah. But he's been battling the big C, and he got the old clear on Friday, I believe. So big fucking congratulations.
Congratulations
Absolutely.
to you. You earn yourself a Snickers duo.
And half a tin of Monster, but I'll send you that in
Opened.
the mail.
And sticky. You can send us, if you want to send us your address, we will post to you the wrapper of the Snickers duo. Forthwith. Well, congratulations.
If you send us money for the packaging.
Well, payment on delivery. Payment
Yeah,
on
exactly.
cod.
Cod,
We'll
mate.
cod it.
Cod
We'll
it.
cod it. We're
We'll
not
cod
rich. We're not rich.
Hey, you think we are? Made of money?
You think we made of money? That
Jesus
Snickers duo is a
Christ.
fake. It's a sham. You don't even know what's going on here. Let me tell you the story of how a baby came out of my wife.
I know it happens.
I want to cash mine back.
I like the
Come back with me.
That was a leading though. I want to catch your mind back.
Come back with me, people, because I saw a big hell yeah over there. So prepare yourselves to be grossed, because it gets slippery in a bad way. So it was the eve of the legacy of the Burning Crusade. You guys apparently really liked that video, and it contained him, which was both shocking and amazing. That slap though.
I wish it would have been harder.
I
Not to be a dickhead. Not
If
to be a dick.
if only I could find the bloopers where you slapped me so many times because we kept messing up that take. Because it was really long. It was like a 3-minute long take. And it's like every time I got slapped and then you went, I need to do it again. I was like, motherfucker! Because you kept missing the pipe and stuff.
I know, mate.
But all good things, all good things.
It was good.
So I stayed up. I need to go back further. Ease it back, ease it back. So... we thought my wife had gone into labour a couple of days before. She hadn't. Then a couple of days later, we thought she'd gone into labour again. Hadn't. But we still resulted in the hospital visits and backwards and forwards and all this kind of stuff. And so we had to have a discussion, which was basically, I can't really take any more time off waiting. We're going to have to jump into it, and if it happens, it happens. Happens, it happens. So I said, right, I've got to rock out that TBC video. Got to do it. Got to rock out that TBC. So I did my first all-nighter in weeks. Stayed up all night. And of course... of course, that was the day that she went into labour. Bastard. So, extraordinarily tired, around 7 p.m. afternoon, she said, I think it's happening. Alright. So, the plan was to get my mother, who lives approximately 25 minutes away from her house, to here in preparation that she can stay here with my other son while we go off to have the baby. Textbook, toot sweet. There was cash in the drawer ready for anything that she might need, emergency money, and so on and so forth. So, I shot out the door with pace. Yeah? Put in the car, hit the nitrous, down to the house. I'm travelling on the motorway / freeway / interstate, wherever you are in the world, Autobahn. Down we go. Arrive at the exit, which is my mother's home, closed. Could not fucking believe it. Because you were also on the phone at this point, because Emma was starting to panic because the birth was progressing and I wasn't there. Nightmare. The next exit was also closed because they were renovating the Trafford Centre, which is a big shopping centre in our area. Nightmare. So I had to drive 3 exits past where my mother lived, turn the hell around, come back, all the time on the phone to Emma going, I'm on my way back, babe. It's cool. It's kosher. Don't worry about it. While freaking out myself. But you've got to keep that composure, haven't you? You've got to keep everybody calm. Despite the fact that you're in a world of hurt, you've got to keep going. I've got my mother. Headed on home. Right? Got back through the door expecting literally to be dragging the baby by the legs, wife in one arm, baby in the other, into the car, down to the hospital, toot sweet, job done, back home for breakfast. That's what I was expecting. Got in and it was all calm. I was getting a bit antsy in my pantsy. So I did my jobs as the man. Prepared the car. Made sure everything was sweet. Checked the board to have all the notes up for Max. Made sure everything was squared and away. Emma's still in the bath. Starting to get a little bit antsy in my pantsy. Are we not having a baby? Are we not having a baby? Is that not happening now? After we've done all this emergency stuff and all the freaking out, calling you and making all sorts of radical claims. She comes downstairs. We are having the baby. Confirmed. Confirmed, baby. This has not been cut for content. Right? This has not been cut content. So, in the car we get. Leave my mother to it. Off we go to the hospital. 5 minutes in the car. She says to me the words that no man wants to hear in this situation. I don't think it's happening. Should we turn around? Trick question. Never answer that question. Because then anything that happens after that is your fault. I remained silent. She asked me again. I remained silent. I was vigilant on the road. Vigilant. Remained silent. And she said, why aren't you answering me? And I said, you know what? It's your choice. Instantly got her back up. I was in the clear though, right? Science. So I was thinking, downstairs for football. So I was like, I'll just keep driving. I'll just keep driving and you decide. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say we'll turn around and then suddenly you've got a baby in the footwell. I'm not doing that. No. I'll keep going. So I kept going. And she never decided. I said, you decide. And she went into the thought process. She never answered the question. Got to the hospital. Got out. It's now about 9 p.m. Cash.
Stop saying cash.
It's 9 p.m. cash. So, into the hospital we go and we get left in a room for approximately 2 hours. Because the midwives who were there went, yeah, you know. They come in and they go, how you feeling? She's like, alright. So, go sit in there for a couple of hours. See what happens. So, we sit in this dingy room. I am really tired now because I've pulled an all-nighter for TBC. We're now getting up to around, we're getting up to about a long time without sleep. And I actually said to Emma these words. It looks like we're not going to have the baby. I'm okay with that. I actually don't want to have the baby tonight because I'm really tired and I'm not primed, you know what I mean, for the long haul ahead. Anyway, about 2 o'clock in the morning, it's a long fucking time we were at this hospital. They send us home. Send us on our merry way. Fair dues. Work our way out, takes about half an hour. We end up back through the door, around about 3:15 in the AM. That's cash. Walk upstairs to where my mother was sleeping in my bed, cheeky bitch, and said to her, out, right? You don't live here. For a start, couch, with dog, no pillow now, took that.
That's gone.
Yeah, so kicked her out. Emma said, right, I'm going to get in bed, and I was like, fantastic. Went downstairs, made sure my mum was fine, all good, settled, everybody's settled, go upstairs, undoes the zipper, 2-man job, move the cock to the side. Start weaving the pants down to the ankles. Emma's waters break and flood the bed with a gooey, slippery, slick mess. Wetness everywhere. It was a gusher. It was a gusher.
Oh no, it was her that sent me a picture of her pants after her waters had broke.
Lucky you. I do not have that picture ready, unfortunately.
I do, but you don't want to share it. No.
We'll leave that. We won't tweet it. So, yet. So, so I just went, pants back up, fastened them up, back into the car. I'm so tired by this point, it's ridiculous. Tell my mum we're going again, and then let her know the simple information, which literally was, we came home, we kicked you out of the big comfy bed, pissed in it, and then left again. This is essentially how the story went down for my mother. Back in the car, so it's now getting on for about 4 deuce in the AM, right? It's getting late. So I say, having a baby takes ages. We're stopping for a monster, because I was really tired. So we pulled over in the garage. I've got to point out at this point, because it sounds like I was being a douche. She was so relaxed, and it was actually not coming on that quickly, that she was on the phone to a friend.
Right.
So it wasn't like we were in the middle of panic ambulance mode and I was like, pop your brakes, kid, or anything like that. I was just like, look, it's going to be a long-ass fucking night. Let's get ourselves a fucking monster, you know what I'm talking about. I get myself a fucking, you know what I mean, a bit of a Nutrigrain, you know what I'm saying. So,
whoa.
Drug dealing.
Nutrigrain?
I was trying to sound butch when I pulled off the story. Shut up.
And you used Nutrigrain.
No, sorry, mate. Boost bar.
Yeah. Snickers
duo.
Yeah.
So I grabbed the monster, back in the car, off we go. Still no contractions though, but the waters have gone. Tricky situation because you're not actually in labour. You're in labour, but not labour. It's very different. And it's been a long time. So we wait, and 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 we wait. Till the sun had come up. And eventually we got moved to a room where they were going to decide what to do. This room had a couch in it. Put it there.
Nice, nice.
I said, is there anything you need? She said, no. I went to sleep.
Fuck it. Boom.
I went straight to sleep. And that is good advice for any man in this scenario. This thing is going to last for fucking ever. Get your head down. Of course, 1 hour into my kip, doctors came in doing rounds. Bastards. About 8 a.m. in the morning now. Second day of cash. So, it's progressing. Then they decided that because she wasn't coming on, but she was already in hospital and the waters had gone, it was pointless waiting around. We'll induce you. We'll induce you. You will use science and technology to make the baby come. Now, what they didn't say is that induction really hurts.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. Neither did Emma, and nobody told her. Because what it does is it forces you to have contractions, but it goes straight to the end. Instead of contractions being a gradual build-up,
boom,
it goes straight to the end, but the baby's still way up, so it's a long time for these mega contractions. Instead of them being right at the end to get the final push, they're like straight away. Bastard. No one told her. This is the true fucking story of how this played out. Emma starts on this IV with the stuff, right? Contractions start, all swaggy. It was looking pretty kosher, so they doubled it. Which is normal. They said, we're going to double it, get it going. And they got really regular and reasonable. Then the midwife slash nurse who was in charge, who had a trainee with her, then doubled it again. Under orders from the doctor. Doubled it again. And then it started to go wrong. Really wrong. I'm fucking serious, this went really wrong. And the meter, you know the meter? Is it called a sphygmomanogram? Somebody will know. It measures the size of the contraction.
Yeah.
And a normal contraction towards the end is about 80 to 90. And okay, 105. Never stopping. They went to 105, came down to about 80, and went straight back up to 105, and never stopped. She went on fucking lunch when this started. I shit you not. I swear on my new son's life and the old. She went on lunch. She was like, well, let's see how that goes. We'll go on lunch. And the head of the unit, the manager, the midwife manager came in. Now, there's a really scary fucking moment, right? Which is when she's in pain and she's on gas and air and stuff like that, right? She's in all that scary stuff. Though she can't really tell what's going on around her accurately, but you're fully in your senses. You've had a monster. Clarity. Scientology. You know what's going on.
Cash.
Tom Cruise. So, I could tell that the fact that a doctor came the fucking straight away, something was going really wrong. And Emma was in agony. Agony. Screaming. And we're nowhere near having a fucking baby at this point. And it just went really badly. To the point where they were going to have to pull the baby out. That was the situation. They were going to have to get the fucking baby out. It had all gone wrong. They gave her the antidote for the stuff they were giving her, like the counter stuff. And they said, we'll give it literally 5 minutes and then we're going to have to go ham and start cutting you open and get the baby out because we've well fucked up. They really fucked up badly. But look, the stuff kicked in. Okay, so now we're into the full ham. Girl comes back from lunch. Nobody mentioned to her what had happened, though. Nobody told her. I did. I explained it. And the fact that Emma was in so much pain, and this is where the fucking joke is, they started talking about the epidural. Emma didn't want an epidural. Big time didn't want an epidural. And I was in charge of that. I was operation to make sure she doesn't get an epidural. Because you're in so much pain, you'll say anything, right? Yes. So, this doctor was like, you need an epidural, you need something for the pain, you need something for the pain. Because we're going to have to put you back on the induction stuff, because we've got to get this baby going now. It's started. We've got to put you back on the stuff. And so they were trying to convince Emma to have an epidural. And Emma was like, sure, give me whatever. Oh my God. Like she was. She doesn't want an epidural. The doctor then gets pissed at me and says, oh, it sounds like your husband doesn't want you to have an epidural. He wants you to be in pain. She said that to me.
I would have fucking lamped her.
I engaged rage mode. I was so pissed off. I was so tired. It had been like 36 hours awake and now dealing with this. And just seeing them fuck up with Emma and my baby, I was not happy. And I said, no. I was like, listen, don't talk to me like that. She does not want an epidural. I know that. You're pushing it on her. She doesn't want it. And if you give it her, she'll be really upset about it. And that's how it went down. So the doctor left it alone there.
Good.
Fair enough, left it alone there.
Knobhead.
Gave her something called diamorphine, which I have to say looked fantastic.
Yeah, diamorphine, yeah.
It looked amazing. Because Emma instantly started talking about chip muffins. She was desperately hungry for chips and gravy.
Chips and gravy, yeah.
Chips and gravy, a chip muffin, or mushrooms. She said, this is word for word, she said, I'll have them cheesy or breaded. I don't mind. She was in Fantasyland at this point. So she was full of fucking diamorphine. Baby is on the way. Anyway, the final push starts. And now what was really weird is I think we just had a bad midwife. It happens, right? Some people are like She finished her shift, and the new lady come in, and Emma hadn't been checked or anything for ages. They were just letting it continue because it takes a while. And the other lady came in within 3 seconds. Literally, she walked in. She went, "I'm pretty sure you're about to have the baby." We were that close, apparently. And the other woman didn't even know. She hadn't checked or anything, right? And she went, "I'm pretty sure you're about to have the baby." Because Emma started saying, "I think I might need the epidural because this is going on so long." We were getting on for, I can't remember what time he was born offhand. But it was into the afternoon by this point. I'd been and got a sausage buffet. On Emma's command. On Emma's command.
He was born at 5:05.
5:05 in the evening. But you told me to go and get sandwiches, did you not?
Yeah, but I didn't know I couldn't eat them.
Oh, I remember you telling me this.
Emma sent me for sandwiches, not knowing that she couldn't have one. But I got one.
Didn't you eat hers as well?
No, it had butter on it.
I also realised why that midwife didn't check me.
Why?
Because once you get to 10 centimetres, they have to carry on for the shift, even if they've got to go.
Oh, so you think she avoided it?
Mother
No way!
fucker.
Did you guys hear that? Emma believes.
I didn't know that, but they told me afterwards that once you've got to 10, they have to stay regardless of if it's the end of their shift or not.
Shenanigans!
Fucking bitch.
To clear that up, you didn't hear it because Emma's away from the mic. She said she believes that the first midwife.
She believes that's the truth.
The truth of the matter is that she didn't check if Emma was about to give birth because if you are, they have to finish their shift.
Yeah, it goes to a point if you're 10 centimetres dilated, then
that's happening. Yeah, that's it. You're on your way. Yeah.
So she didn't check so she could fucking go because it was near the end
Nightmare!
of the shift.
I didn't know that at all.
And that's why, because she swapped a shift, didn't she, with that woman?
Yeah, she left, and the other woman came in, and I just sold these guys. Then instantly went, "You're about to have the baby."
Exactly.
Yeah, because you wanted the epidural at that point.
Because of that.
Wow!
I would burn that place to the ground.
Bastard.
I'd stab her first.
Anyway, we got a better midwife who came in around.
Nice hair.
Yeah.
Who had nice hair, which was really mean because the trainee, to be fair, stuck around to the whole thing because she was learning. So the other woman finished, and then she stuck around. She's like, "I want to see this through," and it turned out to be the first childbirth she'd ever witnessed, which was pretty amazing.
Right.
But this other midwife walked in who had the same hair as Emma, so like ginger curly hair, and they both stood side by side. And Emma went, "Oh, you've got lovely hair like me," and I just saw this other woman's face go.
Well, you said like me.
Yeah, you got lovely hair like me. Dimorphine, forever.
Forever, mate.
Did tell the other one I didn't trust her because she didn't like garlic bread, though.
That's true. Who doesn't like garlic bread? That's fucking nonsense. That's nonsense.
Really?
What?
Who doesn't like garlic
I
bread?
know, right? But she likes garlic, but not garlic bread. That's why she said, "I don't
That's
trust
just being
you.
a picky
I don't
wanker."
trust you because you don't like garlic bread." That was really funny.
Yeah, but if you wouldn't have let it go though to the drugs. No, seriously, fuck off. Get me another midwife that likes garlic bread. This is fucking shenanigans. Go, Cash.
So we went live. Baby's on its way.
We went live.
We went live. So phone was out, stream was on, Twitch chat engaged. We're watching. I was being a gentleman because you had a really bad sore back, didn't you? So this was ongoing, and the woman could say, "I can feel the head," which is like really weird to see. As this woman's like, "I feel the head," and
You should do that with her face up.
well, she does. She seems to do what I call the bum tickler.
The cough, sir.
Yeah, the cough, sir. So you got on your hands and knees on the back of the thing, and I was rubbing the back, doing my thing, holding the head, and I didn't believe that the baby was coming, the same as Emma didn't, because we hadn't had updates. So Max got stuck. If you remember, if you were here nearly 2 years ago, Max got stuck right at the end. So it sounded like that was happening, and I thought that, and you thought that, until this midwife went, "Do you want to come and take a look?" Yes, I do.
Oh, no.
So if you picture Emma's like that, and I'm here, I went, and I saw the head. But I came straight back up and said, "The head is actually hanging out. You're doing it." And that really relaxed you. That was awesome. Because you were like, "Oh, it's actually coming out now."
I don't think it relaxed.
It did. You were so happy
No,
at that
she
point.
felt relaxed after she took a deuce, mate.
You did push out a poo. But like a pro,
Did
though.
she push it back in?
No, like a pro.
Oh, what?
No.
She held it in?
No, she didn't. Right, so it's common. It's not weird that women push a lot, so a poo might come out.
2 out of 3 women in childbirth take an accidental deuce.
So this midwife, almost like
push a proper one out.
almost like she was wearing a Batman utility belt, out of nowhere pulled out this whipped out this maternity
Like a
pad. You know, like not tampons, Tampaxes.
I don't know.
Yeah, maternity pads, and just went plugged that shit up and just went game on. Game Game on. Game on. It was like an obstacle. It was like a QTE. It was like press triangle and she went, game on. Game on. We got this motherfucker. Let's just roll. Chug, chug. So we're on our way. And the baby came out, which was awesome. And that was amazing. That was like all the love moments and the circle of life. Then I wasn't prepared. Nobody was prepared for what came next. A woman. Let me take you back to before the birth. A woman came in. Tall woman. She looked a little bit like a creature. And she came in and started asking Emma really important questions while she was high on diamorphine. Which I thought was genius. Such as, have I had sex with many men recently? To which she didn't believe Emma's answer and turned around and went, no, seriously. I was like,
Well, have you had sex
Yeah.
with men recently?
yeah, exactly. She asked Emma the same question and she turned around, what about your husband? And I was like, what about me?
Well, just right. Define many.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, what, this week? What? I don't know. So it went down like, do you have Ebola? I don't think so. Like, all these kind of questions. But she was high as a fucking kite. It was crazy. So she asked all these questions and they wanted the placenta for stem cell research, mate. And you save at least 2 lives if you hand over the placenta. Now, with Max, I didn't see the placenta because it was a surgical birth. So I didn't know what was coming.
I did.
So, no word of a lie, this is how it went down. The woman came back after the birth with the case, like you see in the movies for the organs, right? And then the midwife went, oh, do you need the placenta? And she went... And then there was a squelch. It was a squelch, a slippery squelch. It was viscous in nature. It certainly had a tangible effect. And this thing, larger than a baby, smaller than a cow, but large and blue and bloody and gross and slippery, just went... It was definitely like something out of a fucking movie.
I had to play around with Ava's when she was born.
Yeah, not for me. And I didn't. I wasn't expecting that. The placenta. You can Google a picture of it. It's going to be awesome. Jack could probably recommend a link. And that came out, and that was a whole. That was so much worse than childbirth by a long way.
That's what even
so much worse than childbirth. Oh god, that was so much fucking worse.
I liked my Subway when they were stitching me up.
I did go and get your Subway.
I'm just sat there eating my Subway.
Well, they had a stitch up, and that is how.
Fucking legs 10 and 12 like that. Oh, terrific footlong.
Oh no, it wasn't a footlong.
You cheap fuck!
It
She
wasn't
just had a
footlong.
kid.
Get in the fucking kitchen and make your own Subway.
You smell that?
It was a foot long.
Was it, mate?
Yeah, but I gave you a
What?
6-inch piece.
Hey,
She didn't
hey,
have it like a dong.
I'm
Like a
talking to the
baguette.
lady. What did you have on it?
Cheese. That's all I wanted.
I had to go to Subway for a cheese sandwich.
I'd just had a baby.
What the fuck goes on in this house when I'm not here?
You cheap fuck. Fucking
Who
go.
goes to Subway for a cheese sandwich?
It had some lettuce on it, I think.
You know what you could have done? Got like a chicken pizzola, took all the good shit off, left it with the cheese, and put it all on yours.
Triggered. And that is how it went down. And then we had a baby boy, which was pretty
Yeah,
awesome. And we were home just the next day.
Both in good health.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's bang on. So it's all pretty good. It's all pretty good. And there you go. And that's how it happened. And that was what you guys have got to look forward to in the future, probably, maybe.
Cheese sandwich.
Cheese sandwich. Do you enjoy the story? Pretty good.
I liked it, mate.
Yeah, it was detail is what it's all about.
Yeah.
You got to get the noises in there. If you don't get the noises right, you're never going to experience it. Excellent. So, with that said, thank you all for the kind words, messages, and all kinds of other things that you guys have sent regarding my little baby boy. Little baby boy. I did warn you it was gross. God. I did warn you it was gross. I was there.
Well, that's what, like, because you completely change your mindset. I'm really, 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 like, pussy level squeamish. But, like, obviously when you're there, your adrenaline's going that much, you do not give a shit, like, cutting the cord and all that shit. But yeah, well, same with the afterbirth. The week before, he was in what they call antenatal class.
Yep.
And he was telling us about it, and they'll say, like, it's split up, like, the one side, which is the exterior, is clear, well, the other side's, like, blue and bloody, and it's veiny, and that's called the tree of life, because that feeds the oxygen and the food into the baby and stuff. So anyway, they took Suzanne out of the birthing pool into her room, and I had to go in to get Suzanne's stuff. It was still there on like a metal, like petri tray type thing. And I just went, and it had them, they got forceps, right? And a little lift over and shit like that. Could not do that in this frame of mind now. I would have
I never
barfed
get grossed
everywhere.
out.
I do. But then, like, I just had a proper good look at it. It's weird, man.
I can appreciate that it was gross. I wasn't grossed out. Don't get me wrong. I didn't go, but I was like, whoa.
It's a very specific reference. But if you play Heroes of the Storm, the thing that Abatha is in while you're going through the game, like the big fucking cocoon egg bastard thing, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, and it's so slippery.
Yeah.
Oh, it's hanging. But yeah, that was how it went down. So it was pretty cool. And it was a long period of time. Survived it though, got through it, got home, went to bed. And my mum wanted a lift when I got home. I was like, no. You're staying here. You're staying here. I played with my other boy. Whey! Which is all pretty good. Right then, let's talk about some WoW stuff. Let's talk about flying. How many of you are so amazed now you've got flying?
Is it working as intended?
Yeah, you can fly.
Alright.
What a game changer. But, without being too fucking sarcastic, lots of people are really happy it's in. So, fair play to you. Fair play to you. The reasons are a little bit weird. Like, now I can... I read the feedback, and we did it on the stream. Because we had streaming this week where we played a great game called Until Dawn. People were like, now I can explore properly.
Fuck off.
You needed to explore to get it.
Cunt.
That's what I don't get. You have to get the achievement to explore.
Now I can explore properly. No, so you can go straight up and into a straight line, and that's not exploring. That's not fucking exploring. Going through the tops and the bottoms and up and downs and rounds and lefts and rights, not just going that's not exploring. That's fucking lazy. I hate that. Self-righteous pricks who've suddenly got their own way and shut up. Fuck them.
The other reason was we can get to Kazakh quicker.
Yeah, great.
I can only imagine this is people who didn't have Aviana's feather. It's the only thing I could possibly think of in my mind, is that for some reason you got the achievement to be able to fly without doing a single 5-man to get Aviana's feather. That's all I can think of. But, does it matter? No, not really. I'm not hating on it. Those guys really like it. Fair enough. I don't get it. I still don't get it. But I haven't really played WoW. I haven't been able to play WoW in fucking ages, which sucks. I haven't even been able to raid. I've decided, like... I tried to raid the other day. But I also did a stream all day and I was like, you need to take the baby, I need to sleep. I was like, I've got a raid though. And she went, do you? Do you have a raid? I'm like, no, I don't have a raid. I don't have a raid. But it said that it's working. Thank God. At least the developers can go back to developing on something great. So let's talk about the obvious, which is the Legion stuff. Oh my God. Is there anything particularly? We've got all the topics here, obviously. Let's start with the one, because it's the web show. I've already done a video on, like, the more normal thoughts to it, like I would do in a normal video. But this is the web show where we can go crazy. What the fuck is adventure mode? I didn't want to touch it in my video, but what is it? What do you think? Let's get wacky. What's adventure mode?
Is it the same as Diablo?
I thought that, but I don't play Diablo, which you're playing again because it's the new season. What is it, while they get their ideas going, what is adventure mode in Diablo?
Right. Put it this way. Let's put the two things side by side. Story mode, adventure mode. Story, linear. Start to finish. Couple of side quests to the end. Yes. Adventure mode. Like, in the story, each chapter, imagine, starts at a quest hub. Quest hub 1, here. Yep. Move. Quest hub 2, here. Adventure mode, you can go between each of those chapters and do missions, just random missions for random pieces of loot from each chapter. That is what adventure mode is.
All at the same item level? Would be the right way of saying it?
Well, no, the game scales to your level, yeah. So story mode is the story, linear, blah 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 blah. Adventure mode is just basically you pick and choose what you want to do. That's it.
How would that apply to WoW?
I don't know. Apart from, here's the only thing I can think of is you can go to what area you want to in WoW to level. That is the only thing.
Ooh.
That is the only thing that I can think of where adventure mode would work.
So, we could be saying something along the lines of, instead of now where you go Frostfire, Gorgron, blah, 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 you can go anywhere you want.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of is where that area would scale to your character. Makes sense. Might be worth a look, definitely. I mean, imagine it for low level, man. But how would that work interacting with other people around you?
I don't know. I mean, are we going to have an option on the login screen? Are we logging in? That doesn't make sense. That doesn't work. That doesn't work.
I'd like it.
Would that be cool though?
I think it would do, but I also don't know how it would. If that was it, obviously, how would that work with other people in?
What I read, or what I heard in my head, which is always the nightmare, is some sort of boss rush mode.
Boss rush mode.
Yeah, like the proving grounds. You've done a proving ground, I assume, at some point in your life.
Oh, with the
Yeah, well,
three
you
types
go-
of
you-
mobs.
yeah, you go into the
interrupt
mob
these,
place
stun these,
and-
dodge
yeah,
these
yeah,
and all that shit.
Something that maybe you can join as a group and go and do an adventure mode where it sends you all around places into different things and a bit of a buff mush. Maybe.
Or it could be like someone just mentioned there. It could be like obviously not called a rift, but like in D3 with the rifts where it like you go through it and it generates an area of the world
Randomly generated zones.
where no, it's not like the zone's not generated, but the populace of the zones would be. Say like,
Oh, so
let me
rooms
give
are
you a
the same.
situation. Let me give you an example. Like I'm level 20, right? I went into a rift to do a quest for this rift. Now this rift, I go through it, I end up in Ongoro.
Okay.
With mobs my size, kill a certain amount of things, kill the boss. Done. Takes you back to wherever you came from. That, I think, would be glorious. I like
Why?
that. Well, because you are not doing the same fucking journey all the way to the end. You know, you're getting some variation, and I think that's cool. Because also, you will discover zones, like if you're a new player, you'll discover zones that you've probably never even been to, man. How many new players have been to Silithus?
So you could say that maybe, I think the new cap's 110.
Yeah.
Memory serves. So you could say 105, I want to do some adventure mode stuff, and it could take you to the Barrens. But it's at
Exactly.
level 105.
Exactly. Yeah, it takes the balance, but then it's like you say, level 105 mobs. I think that's a pretty cool idea. I don't see what your benefit of that would be, but just as an option, I think it'd be pretty cool.
I mean, it's a thing. There's no doubt about that. Bonus objectives for zones. We've already got that, though. Yeah, it does sound like a scenario. Solo dungeons like in SWOTOR.
No. Not. Oh, solo dungeons in Star Wars, kind of. But the thing is, no. What I'm talking to you is not dungeons. Yeah, actual zones where you go to. That's why we use the examples of Silithus and Ongoro. Not actual enclosed dungeons. An actual zone. You know, that makes sense.
I imagine scaling's definitely got something to do with it. It's got to do with scaling.
If that's what it is, what I just said, it will more likely. Well, it would be instanced.
Yeah, I think instance. I mean, I had the. I mean, like I say, I had the boss rush idea in my head, which I think would be. I think a boss rush would be very cool. Because you've got your standard raids. I would like to see that area turned into a boss rush mode where you can get some really cool raid effects gear. Like glowing shoulders,
yeah.
What have you? But instead of just going like, well, this week we're doing Blackrock Foundry, this week we're doing Highmore, the same shit we've done for years and years, is that one day a week, you get one try a week, you can go to the Proving Ground area as a 20-man raid or whatever, and you get to do the boss rush. And it has, you know, it's just boss after boss after boss. And the further you get into it, as a team, you get some sort of. No, well, I wouldn't drop loot in there. I'd drop cosmetic stuff. So
no,
it's for
I'm
fun.
with you. Yeah. Same
I would drop cosmetic stuff. I'd love to see like raid mounts. Or I would love to see something that made your character stand out just that little bit. It's like, well, we did the elite boss rush, which means we managed to kill, I don't know, 50 bosses, and you get a break every 10. So because that sounds kind of intense.
That sounds good.
Yeah, one try a week, I think so. It's just an extra thing that you can learn as a group and do all that kind of stuff, or something along those. Well, you know, you get the idea, something along those lines. Like Mercenaries in PvP, you will be able to venture all over the world of Warcraft as a neutral and choose your sides later. Play as any race you want to. Is that an official thing? I haven't seen that. If you have a source for that, I would gladly like that. But that sounds really boring.
What, you could level 200 without picking a side?
I mean, it sounds play as any race you want up until level 100, where you have to choose a race. No, that doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right. Well, that sounds like exactly the opposite of what I would hope it would be, which is always the nightmare.
Oh, Demon Hunter stuff.
Yeah, I will get there. Don't you worry about that. Yeah, I don't think that would be pretty cool. I just like interesting things like that.
Ooh.
Okay, so let's have a look. So Demon Hunters are starting at level 98. No surprise, because you're going to have to do the opening area. Yeah. You will finish at level 100, right? That's pretty common sense. Some of these fucking questions. I hated this. I even said it in my video. Death Knights will continue to start at level 55. Why wouldn't they? Who asked that question? Dick. dick. No, now you start at 98.
Oh, does that mean that all the new characters that we make for every other class, that starts at 98 as well then?
Some fucking people. Some fucking people. Demon Hunters will have a short transform within the demon visuals, which is something we expected. The Demon Hunters will be able to transform in some way. Nothing surprised by that. Double jump won't be disabled. I can't stand this. I can't stand the hype of double jump. It's actually getting on my fucking nerves.
Has it been confirmed yet about different directional double jumps? Or is it just...
No, nothing.
Imagine that though. Huh? Ha! Ha ha! Motherfucker.
No, it's not even that big. We've seen the video. It goes, it's the normal jump, and then it's like a half hop.
Yeah.
It's nothing.
I don't understand what the big deal is with it. I think it's cool.
I don't get it. Double jump, double jump. That bit's the best bit. The
best
bit is that we can say double jump. But I don't get the hype. Like, people think it's so overpowered that they were generally concerned, well, they're not going to allow you to do that in raids. Why?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they allow you to do that? Gnomes have been able to escape, like, fucking everything for ages, forever. You know what I mean? Every man for himself is usable. Why wouldn't it? Oh, it's just your guest school pool. That's fine. I just don't.
Ooh.
I don't understand. Survival Hunters will get a harpoon ability. It allows you to throw a spear to pull one. Get over here. Maybe that's a proper one rather than death grip.
That's it.
It's about time somebody else had a fucking grip. Thank you. Thank you for giving grip to somebody else. My guild will appreciate that. My guild will fucking appreciate that.
Scorpion-like grip as well. You get a fucking harpoon as a survival hunter.
I'm so happy that somebody else is getting grip as a PvE player.
They're totally going to make that goddamn... You need to make a UI now that casts that sound file every time you use it.
But wait, survival hunters do shit DPS. Nobody plays one.
I don't
Thanks,
think
please.
So, mate.
Thanks.
Wait until the
Guaranteed! Guaranteed, all hunters are BM. Yeah, it sounds amazing until you read it's survival hunter only. It's one specific spec. So, yeah. Fuck that. Give it to hunters. I'm fine with hunters being able to grip. That's fine. I mean, even if it's... I really want the gunslinger class, so I would love a... like, what was that? I don't know, like just whipping, lassoing them. I'd love a lasso. But yeah, you know that hunters are going to be like BM all day. You fucking know it.
Do you know what I do? I'll plow through it when you get to it.
You're going to plow my ass when we get to it? Why?
Is that an offer? I didn't say that, but
no,
I'm down.
I'm raw. Most specs are getting overhauled. Tweaking them to fit the fantasy. Some will be renamed. That means nothing. Some specs, I said this as well. Some specs will get a renamed resource, such as Insanity for Shadow Priests. What do you think that is? I would love to know. Were any of you like, oh my god, we're going to get Insanity as a resource? Without knowing what it is. In any way whatsoever. What do you think Insanity is? What do you think Insanity is?
Mana!
It's just mana?
Mana was the resource that they gave me. Mana!
But it's purple. Because it's insane.
So
it's Insanity.
Well, it's like they do that in Star Wars, and it's, you know, I like it that they rename it. Like, what's it called now? Shit, it's, I think it's the Trooper. Someone has... like a mana bar, but it's called like overexcelling the batteries and shit like that when they go down.
Charge or something?
Yeah, so you got to charge them back up again and shit. It's like, it's a cool, you know, thing to not call it mana.
It was so pessimistic in this chat. I love it. It's like, it's just, everyone's like, yeah, it's mana.
Alright, well that's it.
I read that. I saw some posts that were like,
oh,
we're getting Insanity. We're getting Insanity.
I love that word.
I assume you haven't watched my video on this.
No.
Okay, so you read it and you say what you think from reading that.
Okay, the next point is the sewer class hall for rogues looks great. Not really a sewer at all. They'll have treasure chests.
I can't even express to you how identical my reaction was to that comment.
Do you know what that is? Yeah, it's like trying to polish a turd. Hey, you're in a sewer. Wait, treasure chest.
There's not a rogue alive in this game who knew anything about anything, who didn't think we were going to have the mana.
I know!
Right? Everyone went, oh, the rogue class, oh, cool, we're going to get to go down to the mana? No. Why? Why are we not doing that? Exactly. We're down around sewers. Oh, but it's not like a sewer. What, like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, where they turned it into like it's still a sewer. We had a train in it.
Hey. We're putting treasure chests in there.
We're putting treasure chests in there. Like,
why the fuck is it not Ravenholm Manor?
I don't know. It's so weird.
Do you know what I'd even settle
such
for?
A weird thing.
You know what I'd even settle for? And it's completely like fucking left field, but something like the Dead Mines.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah?
Yeah, with the Defiers.
Exactly, like that sort of like underground, but not underground. It's a sewer underground, an underground fucking series of tunnels like a base. You know,
It should have been them. I would love the idea, because I'm pretty sure the class halls are going to be instants, right? I mean, we're pretty certain on that. But I would love the idea that they weren't. But in that area, rogues only were neutral, and everybody else was red.
Oh, nice.
So that new because Ravenholt's in a relatively new area. I'm gonna get the name wrong. Hillsbrad, I think it's Hillsbrad.
Yes, it is.
We could go like, oh, what's up this valley? Because that's how you first find Ravenholt, right? It's like you first like, what the fuck is up this road? And then you go up there and it's just like capped rogues stealthed all over the like we tried to create in that rogue in the Legacy of the Rogue video, essentially. And you could do that, and you can stumble into there, and all the rogues, the Alliance and the Horde, can gank anybody if you try and go to... And then you could have things like... Hear me out. You could have things like shamans versus rogues in these areas. You could invade the other class halls, do all of them. It's like the Legendary Ring. Stop, but how good would that be?
If that applied for all classes, just imagine the fucking epic you can create. Imagine this. Like in a paladin halls, loads of fucking like big armored paladins with like hammers and shit like that. But I'm setting a scene like in RP. Right, they're all at a fucking altar like on the knees and shit like that, and then like as the doors open, like a load of fucking rogues like come into it or something. Oh no, a lot of warriors come into it just like and start fanning out, and all the paladins like get up, turn around, put a fucking blessing on, and it starts a big war in this fucking church. Shit like that. Or even like as the rogues come and invade, but you don't know the fucking name until they all come out of stealth.
That would be amazing.
Predators
to see
around you. Yeah? A raid
you can
of
picture
rogues,
it now.
man.
Yeah, you can picture
a raid of rogues. Just they all.
But you'd have to have the noise just before. You'd have to be the. Whoo.
Yeah, and then they just all come out of stealth, and like you look up, and it's like, oh shit!
All the rogues are here.
But imagine that.
How shadow stepping all over the place. That would look so fucking cool.
Imagine how funny that would be at like 2 in the morning. There's like 3 people, like 3 priests in a church, and about 40 rogues circle them.
Well, the message would get around quickly that that Ravenholt's under attack or Light's Hope's under attack.
Exactly, to all the rogues.
Is it Light's Hope we're getting? Something like that.
That is probably, out of all the ideas that we've ever had, that is my favourite idea.
That might be the next step.
Is it? Fuck. No. No. Mate, how have you not learnt your lesson? That is never going to be an option because they've already... Activision is basically getting members of Blizzard
I would encourage it. I would have a reward in there. I would have a chest in there that can be looted.
Yeah.
I would have a chest.
Imagine that, like, it showed you could, like, in your PvP window, it had a cooldown window of when the chest will be back up. And it's like, right, okay, I'm going to make a group of rogues. Nothing that you can do through fucking looking for
Well, no, you have to do it in Ravenholt.
You have to do it yourself, though. So it's like,
Legendary Ring.
The Paladin chest is up, so you get like a team of fucking warriors or something like that, or a team of rogues, even a team of shaman and shit. Totems everywhere, bros. Like dicks in the ground, bukkake. But like, they just all walk in and just fucking war ensures, man.
Rogues wouldn't control the world. They'd have the opener, but they wouldn't control the world.
They'd have the opener.
Especially if all the moon kids started starfalling the whole place.
Imagine, like, on the flip side, you go in, you've got like 25, say you've got 25 rogues, and you get in there, there's only 10 priests in the fucking priest halls. And as the fight goes on, they're staying alive, and as they're staying alive, more of them fucking start showing up because they're getting the notified.
Absolutely.
And then the rogues have to run out of the church and shit like that. Imagine it, man. Imagine it.
But don't know, because it's nothing like that.
I know. You are never, ever.
But remember, guys, it is nothing like that at all.
But do you know what? The biggest gripe for me, like I said, that is probably straight off the bat my favourite idea. Here's the biggest gripe is, each individual mechanic that we want into that sort of event already exists in the game. And I guarantee that would be, like, received so well with the people, but it'll never happen.
It could happen, but it's not going to happen in Legion. It's not going to happen in Legion.
It's never going to happen.
It's severely unlikely that's going to happen.
When was the last time you saw...
It would have dominated,
like,
especially if you get like 5
When was the last time you saw a game mode mechanic that you thought was like, wow? Like, it was new. Not like a variation of it was just like, wow.
It's going to sound really sad, but I do have an answer. No, it's going to sound really sad. It was... I don't even want to say it because it's so nerdy. And it's exactly me. The last mechanic that made me think that is really cool was the slicer on Sinestra.
No, I don't mean like boss mechanic. I mean like something in the game. You know, like new activity or content like a fucking garrison or a naval yard. Those are just the two that spring to mind. But do you know what I mean? A new sort of side thing to do. You know? There isn't. And there should be, man. Something that brings different people together.
As
Yeah?
sad as it was, I really liked Half Hill Market for the cooking in Mr. Pandaria. And I
No,
didn't
that
do it
was
till the end
really
of the
good.
expansion, but I really enjoyed
That was
doing
really good. Yeah, that
Especially
was,
when I got the dog and I got my peach tree.
Yeah, how different was that though compared
Yeah, it
to
was cool.
everything in the expansion? The fact is, you meet a guild of cooks. Yeah?
AoE loot. I mean, that was useful, but I don't loot anyway. Even with AoE loot, I can't fucking do it.
But imagine what I'm trying to say is as well is it brings different crowds of people together, man.
Yep,
You know,
that's
you
what it's
want,
all about.
you want to repopulate the world. You want to get people to communicate with other people. Then you put them in these situations where they're with people that they wouldn't usually speak about.
Brawler's Guild was very cool as well.
Yeah,
It
Brawler's Guild was
I
good.
preferred Half Hill. I went and did the Brawler's Guild. I'm sure I outgear it. So I can't remember what I wanted from it. I think I wanted one of the new gem recipes. I haven't done it on my warrior, but I smashed through it. So it was not worth. Moonkin. This is sad. The Moonkin model's not getting updated. We all assume I assume you. I would guess Moonkins. You probably thought that was going to happen after what they showed with the cats and bears.
Updated. Moonkin model will be updated.
Yeah, but only tweaks. They changed this, but it was only tweaks and stuff that they're going to get.
Oh, okay.
Like slight stuff. Because they can see the weapon. Law said it is. They switched their attitude on this.
What?
This is reaction time already. Now, I worry about this sort of switch. Because this yesterday was not getting updated. And now it's getting updated.
Who's Law?
Those are the community guys. The tweeters. What does that mean? Because they obviously haven't been working on that.
What are you talking about? What does it mean? They will be updated.
Yesterday, they said at Dragoncon that the Moonkin model was maybe getting some tweaks, but nothing else. Now, bears and cats, because you can't see their weapon, are getting quite a lot of extra looks coming. And they've now changed that to, yes, it's getting updated.
Maybe you're not going to be a fucking chicken anymore. Maybe you're going to be some sort of like actual celestial being. A demigod, if you will.
I'm really skeptical about that quick turnaround on a decision like updating a character model, because that's a big piece of fucking work, guys. That is a big piece of work.
Do you know what always confused me? Is each beast mode represents its beast. You're a bear, you're a fucking tank, you've got a lot of health. Yeah, you're stealthy, you're prowling, you're like a cat. You can do so much magic and have infinite knowledge of the magical universe.
Of nature.
You're a chicken.
Of nature. I hope they do something cool with it. I suggested various things, like Luna and Solar could be so different for how the character model plays out in Moonkin. Like
Moonkin will receive a high-res model update in Legion. That's not
Thumbs
a
up from
change
me.
of that, though, is it?
Thumbs up. And 2 thumbs up for that. That's fine. If they changed it, that's all good. No problems with that. I hope they do something with the power of the Moonkin. Because the Moonkin does have this dark side and then the light side and all that kind of switch around, swapping and all that kind of stuff. I want that to be a part of it. I really want that to be it. I mean, you could have, like, I would love to see, like, when they go towards Luna, I don't know, like, I would like a weapon that makes your cloak tatter and grow. And, you start to look really sinister and evil because you're on the moon, the dark side. Or even going full werewolf. And then you come back towards Solar and something else happens. I would fucking love
I like that, but doesn't it, like, happen quite
I assume it's based on your weapon, on your artifact choice. That's what they've said with bears and cats, is that whichever artifact weapon you choose will alter how it's going to play out. So
Okay.
I'd love to see that. No new glyphs, who cares? No hunters, who cares? Professions are going to get quests, woohoo! This is kind of just giving you a reagent. Oh, I said it was called Nethers, right? I haven't actually read this, so this is a little new for me as well. I talked in my video that it'd be something like the Nethers. So Obliterium. Is that how you say that?
There'll be a new single system to upgrade profession items. This current item will be destroyed, giving you a reagent needed for the upgrade. Obliterium. Are they just trying to change fucking words with "ium" at the end of it? Obliterate "ium."
Obliterium. That's a horrible word, isn't it? That doesn't flow at all.
No, it's horrible.
But that's exactly what I thought they were going to do, is add in something like that. Right, so the transmog stuff then. Let's get serious. Transmog stuff. They're not adding a transmog tab. I'm really sad about that.
That's supposed to be coming 2 expansions ago.
Yeah, they're not doing that. They're going to clean up the system so you should have more space. That's sad. If a new transmog...
Make a tab! Jesus Christ, make a tab! There is one fix to clearing out every character's bank and fucking void storage in the game. Make a tab! How hard is that to make a fucking tab? Seriously,
it must be hard
make a
that
tab.
they're not doing it. There must be there's got to be, because that makes total sense. That's what the solution is. There's got to be a game reason they're not doing that.
Well, why can you store items in a bank, but you can't store things in a tab?
I get what you're saying. And Toy Box and voice storage, they all seem to work on a similar system we're asking for.
Man. Where the fuck are the brains of this game anymore? Seriously.
There must be a reason they can't do it.
Even stupidly, like small, minutiae details like Oblitrium. Give a real name for a resource.
I think he's calling it wrong. It's Oblitarium.
Oblitarium. Oh my god. Think of an actual fucking name and not... Right, okay, we need a really cool sounding word. Obliterate's a good word. Right, cut the end off and put ium on it.
He's so mad.
Because the fucking idiots.
There's got to be a mechanical reason they can't do it. There's got to be.
Well, that's it though.
Because it would make total sense to make it that easy.
In terms of like development or an ideas board, if like we just said about the whole halls thing.
Let's not go back there. I think people are getting a bit hype about that.
Well, don't get hype. It doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. Remember that. It doesn't exist.
We're two fucking guys who just thought this would be a cool idea. And then you think deeper into it and you think, well, all the mechanics of what we want for that to happen exist in the game already. Can we just not do that?
Do you think it's possible for two factions to speak? Or do you think there's some code somewhere that prevents that being possible?
How do you mean?
So what we were saying earlier, I'm spitballing. So spitball with me, people. Do you think it's actually... Like, flying wasn't easy to do, right? We know that. Flying, it seems easy to do.
I can see why that would be mechanically bad.
Do you think there's some really deep embedded... Because this has existed since the very birth of the game. That it would be impossible to allow Horde and Alliance to talk.
What do you mean?
Well, they can't speak to each other right now, right?
No.
I mean, you could do emotes and stuff like that, and there was some shenanigans you could do to try and translate it back.
Oh, you could translate, or you could mind control them in vanilla, and then use emotes to speak to them.
But do you think there's some real deep embedded system that actually?
No.
I mean, I can't see there being.
No.
I can't see there being.
Put it this way, mate. In games that were happening fucking years ago, including Neocron, if they could allow it.
Yeah, but they were built on the idea that you could. WoW wasn't.
Well, that's just it, though. For me, and I'm. Do you know what? I'm not even saying this is a guess, but it's fucking correct. It's just a remove that line of code.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't believe it is. I'm just posing the question. I think it should be relatively easy, but it's something they've probably gone away from. Probably just for griefing me. I agree. It's probably for the protection of the younger.
That's
audience.
why it is. That's why in every game you can't speak to your opponent.
Let's face facts. Everybody would be a twat, and it's awesome when it happens.
That's why it's like Neocron.
It's crispy, creamy good when it does happen, but it
does
start some shit.
The last time that we used to do that was in this game, like we keep referring to. You played it a while back again, didn't you, with the guys in the stream? It was Neocron. You'd beat the shit out of someone in Neocron.
Yeah, call them out in trade.
And then you call them out in trade. You'd whisper them. You'd grief them to no end. That's why it doesn't exist, and it's a very smart move not to do it.
Well, I was saying that you can only speak inside the guild halls. I think that offers some level of protection.
Yes.
That's what I was saying. If you wanted to organise something with just the warriors...
I like that.
Or the shamans, then you should be able to communicate within the class halls.
I don't think that should be transmitted.
What do you mean?
Don't think...
No, only within the class hall.
Within that area?
Yeah, within the class hall. Everyone gets the message to say that the Light's Hope is under attack.
Yes.
But
you can only communicate in the actual zone.
That's how I would have it anyway.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Multi-strike is RIP. What do you think? I want to get your reaction to that. Multi-strike is RIP.
Okay.
I mean, I care a little bit. I mean, multi-strike has some interesting moments. I mean, they put the technology in. I said the casters.
One sec. You, sir, have not written code. If you change a little thing, it can fuck up everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree with you, but I work with code. I don't just say remove a line of code and it will just do this, because it does. Yeah. What's multi-strike? What's the...
Multi-strike was essentially multi-strike. Every time you attacked, it could multi-strike, which means it could attack again for less damage, and it could, so you could stack it up and make things happen. So multi-strike was just like a free extra attack. So it was very similar to crit in a sense in terms of what it did. You had no control over it, but it gave you extra damage. Do you know what I mean? Like, so sometimes you'll crit, it'll get some free extra damage. Multi-strike was kind of the same. But they put technology in, which meant that casters, when they multi-striked, actually casted those extra spells. And I thought that was a really cool addition. As much as I don't care about multi-strike, because it's boring, animation and visual-wise, it was quite cool. So you could cast, say, a Chaos Bolt as a Warlock, and then multi-strike it, and all these little Chaos Bolts would follow behind like sperms, like flying through the air. And I thought that was pretty cool.
Okay.
Don't rip your classes. They'll just be rebalanced around. There was a time, let's never forget, for those of you who think your class is ruined, that multi-strike didn't exist. It's fine. Don't worry about a stat being removed. They'll just change it. Versatility's staying in, though. Yeah, I mean, I was fine with multi-strike sticking around. It was annoying sometimes, but so is every stat, right? I mean, sometimes, haste is boring because it just does it. You know, that kind of shit is dull. But it's the same as crit. When it happens, it's very cool.
Do
when
we think
multi-strike goes on, it's very cool.
Do we think it's because of a hatred for reactive and RNG kind of mechanics that they're getting rid of it?
I'm waiting. I haven't brought it up because I think it's a much deeper topic than we can even cover on the web show. It'd probably take me like a good long video to talk about it. But I think this was the expansion where they tested how much can we push RNG and control away from the players.
That's why the whole gear was like...
Yeah, it's why I stopped DPSing. It's why I stopped DPSing, because I had so little... I mean, I had some control, but to be really top-end, you had no control, really, over your top-end play. You just didn't. It's as simple as that.
Cold Zenos, mate. Armour penetration. Never forget.
Well, that, again, was just a passive, really, wasn't it? I mean, you just stacked
Well, that's what I mean, though.
Yeah, so it didn't do anything.
It wasn't RNG.
No, it wasn't RNG. But RNG... I mean, we only have to look at some of the trinkets and stuff and see how RNG they are these days. I think the best story I've heard is one of our mages said that the people doing world first DPS on a certain boss aren't even DPSing for like 30% of the fights, just to make sure that all their procs go off at once during the AoE, and they're beating everybody DPS throughout the whole fight. So that's where it's going. And I just want to give a big shout out to Train Hero, who's in the chat.
Who's Train Hero?
He knows who he is. But yeah, I'm sad to see multi-strike go. I got used to it. I was fine with it. I found it way more fun than other things, to be honest. But I'm not arsed overly. I would like they're going to swap and move other secondary stats around, so maybe they'll bake it into something else. That seems to be the golden term these days, is to bake it in. But I did quite like multi-strike. I'm not happy it's gone. Like armor penetration, I couldn't give a shit. It was just something you stacked up. What's that? Yes. We'll get there. I would have loved to have seen, like I said in the video, a multi-strike, a visual animation for Melee was the Wind Fury effect. That's in game. I would love to have seen that happen. That would have been really cool. But, nah, whatever. It's going. I'm not asked. I mean, we've lost so many secondary stats over the years. Who gives a fuck, you know what I'm saying? Because sturdiness will make its return. One day. Believe, people. Believe that it's coming back. Professions are staying pretty much the fucking same. Equip 3, blah, 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 blah. And the one that caused so much rage from the mega nerds. There won't be specific item art for each race and class. The outrage this caused.
I don't get it.
Yeah, exactly. People didn't even read it. People didn't even fucking read it. It's crazy. It's all like, so, like, there would be a different tier 2 for Blood Elves, Night Elves, fucking humans, Taurens.
What are you talking about, tier 2?
No, like Judgment. Let's say you're a Paladin and you
Yeah.
got Judgment. It's different visual for every race.
Right.
So they're not going to do that.
Why not?
They've never done that.
What, they have, though. What do you mean? A different visual as in...
It looks different. It's a different set for each race.
Oh, so it's still going to be the arm. No, I thought you meant when you put the armour on, you just look the same in terms of fucking model.
No.
As in, like, because if you put Judgment on a human, small, stocky beef, you put the same set on a Blood Elf, like, taller and slender. So that's still going to apply, right?
Yeah.
Then what's the fucking problem?
Exactly. No one read the context of it, and they lost their fucking minds. People were already like, this is a slap in the face. I think the best one is that is like, Blizzard's basically spitting in our faces at this point. It's like,
when has that ever happened?
what? What are you talking about? It's fucking lunatic. This is a joke. They're so fucking lazy. I can't even fucking believe it. Oh, shut up, you fucking dickheads.
When has that ever happened?
Never. Never. So, it's fucking crazy. Dungeons will absolutely be relevant again.
Will they?
Yes, but it will be for a shit reason. I guarantee it.
Won't be like
I am
Wrath
so
Legion.
pessimistic about Legion. I will not get excited about this expansion. I refuse.
I'm very excited, but outside of what I'm excited for, I've got no hope.
I fucking refuse to be excited about this expansion. Dungeons will be relevant again because they will probably drop Oblitarian. That means they're relevant, technically, right? Technically, yeah, we've made them relevant. I can't imagine it's going to be anything else. I can't imagine it. It's just like, yeah, you said... It could be, I'm so pessimistic because it's Gamescom. They said... We have no idea how we're going to make it relevant again. And then to turn around and go, they will absolutely be relevant again. It's like... Yeah, but that could mean anything. That could mean literally anything. Right, the bit you're excited about. Go, go, go.
Yeah, it just says, Illidan is ready to lead demon hunters against the Burning Legion. Redemption story, mate.
We knew this though.
We didn't.
I wasn't surprised. This is what I had in my
I'm not
head.
surprised, but I'm just glad to finally hear it. Is the fact that it's just not a gimmick to get people back into the game that he's going to be killed off because of like wholesome sort of dilute stories. The fact that he's there now, he's a fucking class leader, and the fact that he's going to stay there because he's a class leader and he's the demon hunter.
You can still die.
Fuck off.
I'm not saying you will.
Why are you spoiling it for me?
Did people think he was going to be a bad guy?
Well, here's the thing: is like, what context was he going to be brought back in? Was the whole thing because it looked like Gul'dan was just going to control him. But obviously now they're going to do some sort of jiggery pokery where he's like, "Fuck you, Gul'dan." Yeah. Redemptionarium. New resource.
Redemptionarium. I always assumed he was going to be a good guy. It makes total sense to me that he was going to come back as a good guy.
Do you know what I want to see? Is he does something with his brother.
Who's his brother?
Do you mean he's Malfurion?
Billadan. Oh. It's not Billadan.
What's wrong with you? Billadan?
Billadan and Billadan.
Barry Dan.
Barry Dan. Barry and Bill.
Derek Dan. But yeah, if there's an... because that's what I like. I mean, I know it's sort of a different subject, but like in Hearthstone, yeah, when you're... If I've got Illidan the card and I'm playing against Malfurion, when you play him, he really sinister. Like, he doesn't do his normal battle cry. He just really sinister goes, "Hello, brother." It's so fucking good. But like, I want to see.
You do that? Ooh. Ooh.
No, it's not that, mate. It's a proper. Oh. But like, I want to see some sort of like interaction with the people that he used to know. Maybe even what's she called now? The bitch who captures him. If some
Maeve.
Maeve Shadow Song.
Maeve. Me and
Like an interaction, mate, between them and shit like that. It's endless, the possibilities. Do you even know? Do you even know?
I couldn't care less. That's why I'm so excited.
You're dead inside.
I just couldn't care less.
Hey. Unfreeze your heart. Yeah? Stop being such a prick. That was a good like watch.
I just don't care. Billidanarium. I got a feeling we've bred a community here. With 3,000 people, it's going to go an arium to everything that's going on.
Dude, that's it. There's your gimmick right there. Oh, dude, mate, I tell you, got this new resource in game, yeah? Pringlinarium.
Oh, did that make dungeons relevant, mate?
Mate, this is in all the dungeons, mate. You need this, yeah? You need this to catch you, mate.
That is relevant as
fuck, you have
fuck,
to be careful, though, mate, because sometimes
absolutely.
you get a rare drop and you get a fucking monsternarium. Yeah?
I'll look out on the forums for everybody adding arium to any comment that gets made.
The Game of Thrones dungeon, mate. There's a Game of Thrones dungeon coming in Legion, right? And there's a chance, mate, of dropping fucking Daenerysarium. Targaryenarium. Oh, the fucking... It's endless. It's endless.
Right, sir. I'm going to finish our little WoW section here with a subject that we're all close to in our hearts.
Do you want to not go for a break first before we get into the drama?
No.
Let's go for a break first.
But it's LFR.
But let's go for a break first.
Alright then.
Combination of me really needing a piss.
I was thinking that there's a reason you wanted to go for a break. Right, we'll take a quick break and then we're going to talk about LFR being way too hard. And then we'll have some drama, which involves a transmog. It's all coming up on the show.
Transmogium.
It's worth turning up, right?
Turning up-ium.
You could go out and get pissed like a noob. Or you could come and just chill out and talk about fucking WoW and shit all day. Yeah! Back in a few minutes.
Mate.
All danium.
All day.
I've been doing it all